Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the CayVin Universe Podcast. And if you're new to the show, welcome. I'm Vinny, joined by the lovely Caylin.
Hello.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. And actually, we're sorry we're a little late this week, but boy, do we have a special episode for you.
Yes.
I don't know what to say about...
I don't even know. I mean, I know I said it in the middle of this podcast that you'll hear eventually during the show, but like, it was just like so different in like such a good way to like be able to do this podcast. With your brother and his wife, and like just to get it all out there, right? Like to not really worry about who cares or what we're saying and this and that. Like that's why I guess the title of this episode is going to be like getting real, right, or something. So we recorded an episode with my brother and his wife this past weekend, and I guess that's part of the reason why we're a little late, because I was going back and forth on whether I should release the episode or whether just put the episode on Patreon. Turns out after listening to it is good. There are a few parts we had to cut out just for safety reasons, but you can view the whole episode, the whole unedited episode, on Patreon, patreon.com/CayVinUniverse. Yes.
But yeah, it just I'm in my drunkest form, I guess you could say. So that's why I'm a little iffy about it. This is the drunkest I've ever been on camera.
Yeah.
We just hope you enjoy it. What do you say?
I hope so too. I mean, I hope maybe if you like, I guess what we want to is like your feedback if you have any. So like if you feel like this, if you really enjoyed the episode, like let us know, just like how you said, like we were kind of iffy. We were kind of like, should we release this? Should we not? But then eventually at the end of the day, like you said, after listening to it, we decided, let's just do it. Let's just see how the fans and the audience like it. So yeah, I mean, like you said, hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah,
because if you know us or this podcast, it was winning to be just a fun, goofy podcast. But then as the drinks poured on, as you see throughout the episode, stuff got a little real.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy. Here's our conversation with JR and Roxy. I guess getting real with relationships.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the CayVin Universe. This episode and setting obviously looks a little bit different. We're here visiting Vinny's brother, JR. I forgot his name. JR and his wife Roxy. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna really deep dive into some relationship questions today. We thought this would be a perfect opportunity, and should we just get right into it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you for joining us. And, let's get right into some relationship questions. So, if for those of you that can't tell already, me and JR are drunk. So, we're drunk right now, aren't we, bro?
Yeah, we're drunk.
Yeah.
You guys.
So, we're drunk, and
we're drunk right now. I'm not gonna lie.
before, all we know is that we were going to record an episode. That's all we know. So, we don't know anything else. So, Caylin and Roxy had the privilege of actually putting the episodes together, so they're going to be the ones actually telling us what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start off with some relationship questions. So we've been discussing this question like prior to even recording. So it's going to be like basically like, what are like your icks? I'm trying to say the question. So basically, if you could change one thing about your partner, what would it be? So it's like anything that like just like gives you the ick. So
have you ever heard of that? Ick?
What? Ick? Like something bad? Ick?
Like something that makes you go ugh.
Yeah.
Everything. No, I'm just kidding. No. Okay, they go first because I'm not sure.
Okay, you go first because I want to know what you don't like about me.
So you want me to hear literally say right here?
If there's one thing you could change about Roxy in a snap, what would it be?
Don't say nothing because everybody has something.
There's always something that you want to change about your significant other. And with my significant other, the one thing I would want to change that makes me be like, is honestly just being truthful to everyone out there. Attitude? Attitude? I'm saying attitude. I'm sorry.
Can you explain that, please?
Okay, I'll explain attitude like as in... There's sometimes when it's like... It's literally like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go somewhere here. It's like, oh no, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like,
so I'm bossy.
No, but basically, yeah.
So
Bossy,
I'm
not saying.
This is okay. So we've been talking about recording for the past like 2 hours, and one of the things we brought up when we brought up these questions is we don't want to start any fights.
Well,
I feel like he's already starting some fights.
Actually, the questions are gonna get better. This is probably like one of like this is the icky one. So.
No, honestly, I knew that he did that. I think since we've gotten together, he's like, it's just you're bossy. I'm like, it's not that I'm bossy. It's just I'm independent and I know what I want when I want it.
Period.
Yeah. So if you can't accept it, goodbye. So he knew what he was signing up for way before we got married. Okay. And you say you like that about me, you liar.
Yeah, do you want to elaborate more, bro?
Okay, I'll elaborate. On that note, it's like, okay, back in 1950s, you could talk. Everything was like, no, be truthful. I'm be truthful. I mean, everything was where it was always like the woman stayed home, the man worked and all that, and the woman cooked, cleaned, and all that. Now things are different. Everything's got to be on a 50-50 basis. So 50-50, when it comes to working, cleaning, whatever it is, she makes dinner, I clean the kitchen, wash dishes. Okay, that's understandable. Yes, I understand that. But still sometimes there's times where like the man wants to, okay, I'm in charge, I'm this, I'm that. You have to listen to this, but it's like, no, the woman, has have a right to say, I agree with 50-50, me and my wife both work. I work, she works. We take turns, cook, clean. I hate doing laundry. Period. The end. So I fucking hate it, dude. I fucking hate doing laundry. Oh yeah, laundry's bad. So it's like, you know what? I'll do everything in the fucking house. I'll clean. I'll wash dishes. I'll do everything. You do the laundry. Period. The end. As long as you do the laundry.
But I will say, it's hard to do the laundry when you say, take off your pants so I can wash them. And he's like, nah, they're good. And this is like every single day that I have to do this. I'm like, JR, take off your pants. And now all of a sudden I'm bossy because I'm telling him to take off his pants.
Oh my God. Well, what's yours?
Okay. Where should I get started? I think that, man, I thought about this question pretty hard. So I think with JR, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. All right.
Fucking say it.
He will say he's going to do something and he doesn't do it, or he'll change his mind about it. So let's say today we were supposed to go grocery shopping. I'm like, all right, Jared, let's go grocery shopping. He's like, no, we'll do it tomorrow. Come tomorrow. He's like, you do it. I don't want to do it. I'm like, dude, let's just do it. Like, takes us 10 minutes just to drive there. He's like, no, today's a lazy day. Every day's a lazy day for JR. You know that? Oh, goodness.
Every day's a lazy day.
Every day's a lazy day. If he can sleep the rest of his life, he would. Honestly.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong about that. Okay, yes, I will say something, and I'll be like, let's do it, and then she'll say, okay, we're gonna do.
Wait,
this.
hold on. Hold that thought. Why didn't you take that?
Oh, let me finish it. Hold on. 1 second.
Even on the first date, he didn't show up.
Wait, whoa.
He showed up
what?
2 hours late.
Hold on.
2 hours late.
So, where did y'all have your first date at?
We went to Yard House. We were supposed to meet at 6 o'clock.
Okay, for those people that don't know, what is Yard House?
It's JR. What's Yard House?
Yard House is like a restaurant / bar that it's really good. Freaking beer gives you I ordered the freaking, what is it? It's called a yard, and it's like this big right here, where
It was not
full of
that
beer.
big.
Okay, it was that big. It was that big where it was full of beer.
It was like right here. It's just the tall.
Okay, whatever. It was maybe that tall, but still full of beer. And I wanted to order food, and I was like, "Hey, you want anything?" She was scared to eat.
That's not the part.
Can we
That's not
start?
the part.
Can we start from the? Let's start from the beginning. Why were you late to this date for the first date?
I don't know if I want to share that.
Yeah, I'll share that.
Okay.
The reason I was late to the date because I was, I was getting ready and all that. I was okay. What's the truth then?
The truth is, you were sleeping. You liar.
Okay, I was sleeping and I was like,
set an alarm for your date.
yeah, I didn't set an alarm for the date.
Should I say what I was about to say?
Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
JR used to block my number when he would go home
Why?
because he had someone else too. I don't know if y'all knew that. So
Shame on
JR had
Okay, this podcast episode was not meant to be all this.
So it's not that he was. I was not.
I think this is gonna be the whole podcast episode. Actually,
I was not the Sancha, right?
No.
Yes, I was. No, just kidding. No, I wasn't. I was not the Sancha. So he was with this older woman, and they shared an apartment, but they weren't together.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. What was her name? No, I'm just kidding.
You want to know her name? I can give you her name.
I think we all know
Don't
her
tell
name.
me. I think we all know her name.
Yeah.
The
So-
listeners at home don't need to know her name.
Yeah. So they would share an apartment, and occasionally he would go stay with his brother, right? So he wasn't with her, but when he would get home, he would block my number. But he didn't know that I knew that he would block my number. He just recently admitted that he would block my number. And so I remember I was getting ready.
Getting ready because I'm about to defend my brother. Go ahead.
You want to defend your brother? No. So he would block my number, and then what else would you do, JR? Oh yeah, so he woke up. I remember I was waiting, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be late because I wasn't ready. And then I was late, and he still wasn't there. And I was like, this guy is like, I swear to you, because I knew who the girl was too. And I was like, why am I even wasting my time on this? And then as soon as I was going to end up leaving, he ended up showing up. So we still went on the date. And then I think I'll leave it at that, because after the date, that's when everything kind of went downhill from there. We were this close to not getting together.
Why?
Should I say it?
You don't have to say if you don't want to.
No,
You
I'm
really
fine
don't
with
want
it. So we went on the date. He told me he wanted to be with me, and I told him I didn't want to be with him yet, right? Because of what had happened, and I knew he still had that situation with that girl. So the next day, I remember I was talking to my friends. I was like, man, I think I really like him, right? Like, I think I'm going to go for it. So he ends up calling me, and he ends up telling me that the girl told him she thought she was pregnant. Yeah. Mind you, this
to.
woman's
Was she
40 years
really, or
old.
was she- is that just a tactic?
40 years old. 40 years old. And I told him, did she take a pregnancy test? She's like, no, she says that she's had enough children to know that she's pregnant.
What?
And I can tell
I've
you.
heard of stories like that, like girls like, oh, I just
just
the
know.
sperm just hit my egg. I felt it because I just know. Like, really?
And then
You really
he
know?
had gotten sick, and the girl's like, I can't take it. I can't stress you out by me taking a pregnancy test. And so I was, at this point, I was just like, I was torn apart. I was like, man, like, this is it. Like, this is not going to work out. And then he comes to me. He's like, I think we're going to try and see if me and her can work things out. And I was like, oh, I mean, that's fine. Like, I totally get it. I was talking to other people at the same time because I was like, man, it's not going to be anything serious, right? And I don't know, was it like around December, right? Like November, December. He finally told me, he's like, you know what? We called it quits. Nothing's going to happen. I'm actually moving out. That's when he ended up moving out with his brother. And he's like, I would really like for us to talk or whatever. And I was like, all right. So we started talking. And then December's when you asked me out. Mm-hmm. And we didn't see each other only on the weekends when we would work, because we would work at the same place. Come March, I almost broke up with him because he wouldn't talk to me. Like, he wouldn't, unless he wanted to do the dirty, he wouldn't call me. So I was like, oh, all right. So I'm just a booty call, basically, right? So
Doubt it, but I'll get to that.
So he asked me out on a date, and I was like, fine, I'm gonna go out with you on a date, but this is a date. I'm gonna dress up the nicest I've ever dressed up because I'm gonna break up with this guy. I'm tired of him treating me like trash. I'm done, right? Like, there's so many other guys that I can date, and there was one specific guy that I almost moved to Houston for this guy. And I was like, you know what, like, whatever. So I meet with him. And he had just met with his friend, and his friend, he said that he was having a conversation with his friend, and he's like, man, I just thought about you with someone else, and I couldn't think of that. So I really want to be with you. I love you, and I'm sorry. And that changed my whole mind, and I don't think we've ever even thought about breaking up after that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And then one thing led to another, and we started taking things more serious. I really thought this relationship was only going to last 4 months, and we're going on 7 years. So Yeah, but that was that. Jared almost got someone pregnant.
Wow. Did you really, or you think it was a hoax?
It was a hoax. Honestly, yeah. I think it was a hoax by that person.
Yeah, because I know that person. That person was crazy enough to do something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as you, Roxy, like me and my brother, we've been hurt. Like, I don't want to speak for you, but you can either say you agree with me or you don't agree with me. You know, me and my brother have been hurt from our childhood on.
I will say, yeah.
Yes, and when we find a new person, we put up our walls, and we don't want to put up just one wall. We put up multiple walls, and it takes a lot for us to realize that person. It's like almost we put tasks in front of that person before they're able to like. Okay, this person really cares about me, because that's just what we're used to. We're used to people putting up walls. We're used to being hurt. We're used to people trusting people, and those people end up turning around and stabbing us in the back. So as far as me and my brother, like that's why like you kind of feel like at first like you guys weren't gonna make it, because you felt like you had to go through all these obstacles in order just to have a regular person relationship with my brother. But it's like I feel like that's how we are. We've been hurt so much, and we've been through so much shit in our childhood that we not only put up one wall, we put up like 4, 5, 6 walls where you have to literally like it's like a number of tasks. Like you have to complete this task, then you have to complete this task, and you have to complete this task, and you have to complete this task. And then when you complete that task, then I'll actually finally realize that you're the girl that I'm meant to be with. And I feel like that's kind of what happened, because I'm not gonna lie, I put Caylin through that task. Whenever we first met, I was like, there's no way that a girl really loves me this much or really likes me this much. There's no way. My life's been shitty this whole time. There's no way that somebody actually cares about me this much. And then you prove it. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Well, okay, let's see if she'll do it again. You prove it again. And it's like, okay, that's never happened in my life. Let's see if you prove it again. You prove it again, then you're like, oh shit, maybe this person actually like is another soul on this earth that actually cares about me. Maybe I should start paying attention to them. And I feel like that's kind of like what you went through.
And I'm sorry, because I know you were about to say something, and I guess that's where I'm bossy, right? Because I'm like, wait, so I totally get that. I get that. But don't you think that you're risking losing the one person that actually loves you enough because you're putting up all those walls? Because he was with someone who treated him like garbage, first of all. Second of all, would bring men to the apartment while he was sleeping. And you're telling me that he chose to stay with a person like that than with someone. And I can tell you, yeah, I am bossy. I'm a lot of things. And I have never denied it. And I've told him from the get-go, like, there's things about me that you're going to find out that you're not going to be super happy about, and we're going to work through them. And I was there through everything because this woman put us through it. The first, 2 years of our relationship put us through it. And I stuck by that. And the fact that he kept on going back to her, it was like, you're just using me now. Like, you think I'm so stupid. Like, I would see pictures where his friends were posting of them all going to dinner with her included in there. And this is like a few months into our relationship. It was pretty bad. Like, it would break my heart because I'm like, man, I really like this guy. And I would totally get what you mean if it wasn't for everything else. Like, if you're saying, so why didn't you put those walls for someone who isn't worth it, but you're able to put those walls for someone that you clearly see loves you and cares about you? Like, what's the point? Because I've also, like, I mean, I also went through a lot of pain. I went through, with my family, and not just that, but I think that just goes in general with any relationship is like, why do people do that? You know what I mean? Like, why you're literally risking losing the biggest thing, the best thing that could have happened to you just because you're deciding to stay with garbage and trash because you're putting up all these walls. Because 7 years in, I still feel like I'm bringing down walls.
Honestly, speaking the truth, the situation I had with the other person I was with was very toxic, very bad. And then I realized we're getting with Roxy that it was like, you know what, this person really loves me. This person really cares about me. She's willing to go, above and beyond for me no matter what. Even though things were like so bad, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be there for you. And it's like, good God, this girl is here for me. And I'm like, I don't even deserve her. I don't even deserve what she's giving me. And that's love right there, because she's seen all my faults, all the bad shit I'm doing, but she's still sticking by me and accepting me for who I am. That is the real truth of love. Like, she accepting the person I am, whether I'm a piece of shit, whether I'm doing bad, but she's accepting me because she sees like, hey, there's a better person in you. I'm going to accept you, but you got to be willing to fight for me as much as I'm fighting for you.
Right. But then see, that's beautiful, because don't you feel like I know I feel like it, so I don't know if I'm not going to speak for you, but I feel like a piece of shit 100% of the time.
All the time, me too.
But having that other person makes you feel like more normal.
Exactly.
More human.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Because whether you feel like a piece of shit or not, the other person sees the good in you. And when they see the good in you, they're like, you know what? This person is good. I know he's a good man, but I'm gonna even though he's bad, I'm gonna work through him. And then I know he's gonna see, shit, I don't deserve you, but you see the good in me. And then you realize, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? This is so bad. I've been seeing all the wrong directions, all the wrong females or whatever I've been with. But this one is actually sticking with me through all my faults, all the bad I'm doing. And she's not giving up on me. This is the one I'm supposed to be with. This is the woman that my heart belongs to, because she sees me and she sees all the bad. She sees all the bad I'm doing, but she knows that deep down inside that I'm a good person and she's not letting me go. So it's like, you know what? If you fucking leave this person or whatnot, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And if you stick with her, she's going to make you the happiest person you ever thought you could be.
Yeah. I mean, I just love y'all. Like, this is so cool. Like, I just love, like, talking. I mean, like, I love doing the podcast with Vinny, but I think it's so cool, like, to have, like, other people. We should do this more often.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I'll try not to be as bossy or take over.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, and I just realized, like, I know we said we were going to get into relationship questions, but I feel like just this, like, that's what I told Vinny in the first place. Like, let's just go with the flow, because I feel like that'll be, like, the best, stuff to get into. And I feel like we might not get through all these questions, guys, because I feel like we're just having, like, a totally cool, normal conversation right now. And it's fun.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I kind of got us off track a little bit.
No, but, like, that's like the beauty of, like, being able to have this podcast, because, like, you can just go off on, like, whatever it is you want for however long you want. Sometimes it might not be, even though we have our, not necessarily a script, but even though we have, like, our plan set out and everything, like, if we get sidetracked and get into something else, like, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
It really is. So I think that's just the best part.
No, I agree with that. No, something popped in my mind now. I was just thinking that something I always would think about, and now I could say it live, that I don't want to speak for Vinny, but I was just saying for myself, like, with my wife Roxy, that in the end, there's a lot of people in the world, period. There's a lot of people in the world, and there's always other people, females or whatever, that could be more beautiful or look better, more attraction, all that stuff. But then you have to realize, honestly, like, in my circumstance, that whether or not who they are or how they look, there's never going to be another person like my wife. There's never going to be another Roxy, So you can be like, sometimes people say, like, the saying, the grass is not green on the other side. So whoever you're with, your significant other, you might think, oh, well, I can, be with this person and be like, oh, I want to leave them because this other girl or this other female or whatnot has our male looks, they look better, or they have a more attractive, or their ass is bigger, the boobs are bigger or whatever.
Now I feel like you're just insulting me here.
No, I'm not. So it's basically like, yeah, but in my perspective, is there another Roxy out there? In Vinny's perspective, is there another Kay out there? No, because you got to look past that. You got to look at everything else in between those scenarios, because you're not going to find another person like that. That's why they say, oh, the grass is not green on the other side, because it's not. Because then you can really leave the person you're with, try to think of something that's better on the other side, and then you realize, what the hell? I messed up really, really bad. That person is not what I thought they could be, what I thought they could be. Sorry, I'm drunk. But, you see them and you're like, what did I do? I left the one thing that I left the one person that cared about me, would give up everything for me, fight for me, die for me, all that for something else. And then it's too late to get him back.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah, no, and that's a good point because you're right. Like, we're so lucky to be with the people that we are with because we put up so many walls and, like, I feel like we subconsciously, without meaning to, put our significant others into so many, like, rigorous tasks and so, like, rigorous tests that we don't really mean to put them through, but we, like I said, subconsciously put them through just because we're, like, think they need to subconsciously pass some kind of test to prove their worth. But it's not like, it's nothing against them. It's like, it sucks. It's such a double-edged sword because it's nothing against them. It's just because it's literally what we're used to. There's no way that somebody's going to come into our life and be like, we love you, we care about you, we actually look at you and see you for who you are and actually know your worth. Like, so, like, you know, there's other people out there like that like literally have been so, like, not even abused, just like been so confused, as we can say, through their life that they don't know how to even handle something as simple as a relationship with another person because they're so confused at what a relationship with another person consists of that it just becomes a whirlwind. And the fact that you have someone there that's willing to stay there through all the bullshit and just say, nope. You can put up all the walls you want. You can put up all the shit you want, but I still look at you and I still care about you the way you truly are. That's special.
Exactly.
That's really special.
I agree with that. That's why a lot of people, it's funny because a lot of people say like, oh, there's no, I don't believe in soulmates. I don't believe in, there's so many people in the world. There's millions of people in the world that people say, oh, there's someone out there for everyone. And then people don't agree with that. They're like, there's so many people in the world. No, there is someone for everyone. And you see that when you meet that person, because like Vinny, what you were saying, they put up with that bullshit. They see past the bad and they know that this person is good and I know he's good and I'm going to be there for him. That's why I'm going to tell everyone, each and everyone out there, don't think the grass is green on the other side, because literally when you get with that person and you see that they're willing to pull up with everything, don't take it for granted. Because when you take it for granted, you lose them. And then when you lose them, you're like, what the fuck did I do? I lost the best thing that ever happened to me. And I regret it ever since, because you might go to the next person and be like, oh, this girl has this girl has that, blah, blah, blah. She's better. She does this for me, does that. But then in the end, you realize that she wasn't worth it. And then you try to go back to the person that was there for you. And guess what? It's too fucking late.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, I can say that. You want the girl with the bigger tits. You want the girl with the bigger ass. Oh, yeah, you can have that. But guess where that's going to be in 20 years? That's all I've ever said.
Not a damn fucking place.
Yeah, then you're gonna just be looking for the other girl with the bigger ass and looking for the other girl with the bigger tits. So no, I've never cared about that. Like there's one person on this earth that literally truly I feel like knows me, and that's you. You know, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Nice. Well said. Cheers to that. Yeah, cheers to that. I'll drink to that. Oh shit. Spill a little bit. I'm good. Yeah. Cheers.
All right, so we've been talking about everyone's ick, but you haven't told me what your ick is.
Wait. You haven't said your ick either.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, someone's trying to avoid the question over here.
Oh, you have to think about it? So.
You say yours first.
Yeah, I already know mine.
She's like, I've been rehearsing.
I think you know, because I complain about it to you all the time, but this one over here takes like 5 business days to wake up, just to wake up and start the day. Like, I guess I just don't get it, because I'm like the complete opposite. Like, I could literally wake up, like open my eyes, and like within like a minute or two, like I can get up and I can wash my face, drink some water, and I can get ready to start my day. But this one, if we have somewhere to be at like noon, I have to start waking him up like 9 o'clock. And if I don't start waking him up if I wait till like 11, I'm like, oh, hey, babe, it's 11. Why didn't you wake me up earlier? I'm not a human alarm clock. Like, if you need an alarm that bad, then set it on your phone, because it's just like, you know, when our baby's here, like, I wonder, like, is she going to be like me? Like, is she going to be able to just wake up? Or is she going to have to lay there in her crib for 2 hours before
We're going to be like,
well,
lunchtime, 2 hours later.
Well, the doctor already said that she's just big in general and she has a big head. So I guarantee she got both of those from me.
Honestly, as hyper as she is, I feel like she got something from her uncle JR over
yes,
here.
no. Me and JR are both the same ADD. Me and JR were ADD before ADD was a thing.
Exactly.
You know, we would have been diagnosed with ADD if that would have been around when we were kids.
Yes.
But what were you just talking about? Oh yeah, my 5 business days to wake up. That resonates from our childhood. You remember our dad?
Yes.
Wake up, Vinny.
He's like, wake up, Vinny. Fall asleep.
I would literally sit on. I would literally, as a child, I would literally sit on the side of the bed. And I'd be
dozing.
And then hold on. I play me, you play dad.
Yeah.
I play me, you play dad.
Eddie.
But that must be something with your year, because my sister was born in 1993. She's just a few months, and she's always been like that. I had to wake her up in the morning every day for school. She's like, 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Exactly. We said that 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
She's like, 5 more minutes. She's like, wake me up before you leave to school. And then I would wake her, Jess, wake up. She's like, 5 more minutes. I'm like, there's no more 5 more minutes. Wake your ass up. Like,
Literally.
I still told you it's 5 more minutes to this
no,
day.
Jerry always says that. I'm like, 5 minutes, my ass.
5 more minutes. Always, Vinny. Remember, 5 more minutes.
To this exact day, literally this fucking morning, I said, babe, it's 11:30. We need to get up. Okay, 5 more minutes. He didn't come walking out of the room till 12:30. An hour later, I'm like,
5 equals 1 hour.
No. Because you didn't wake. Because remember our alarm clock? We made an office joke, just like Nelly in the office. My alarm clock went off at 10 a.m. Whack. You didn't wake up. I didn't wake up. It went off at 10:10. Whack. 10:20. Whack. 10:30. Whack. 10. And I think I'm probably at like 10:40. I just ended up turning it off, and we didn't wake up till 12 o'clock when we were supposed to leave at 12 o'clock.
Wait, does it bother you that you keep on having to whack it? Because like honestly, he'll put his alarm at 2 o'clock, and then he doesn't even end up waking up till 4. But who's the one that has to listen
to it? Is he like that?
He listens to it. I have to say, I'm like, JR,
I'm like, no, I will wake up every time the alarm goes off because...
No, I would literally dream of that shit. I would literally be dancing to the alarm in my dream.
Oh, absolutely not. I cannot.
Yeah, no, and I'm such a light sleeper. Like, he cannot come into the room. He literally has to tiptoe into the room or else I will wake up and then I'm like up for the next 2 hours. Like,
once I'm awake, I can't go back to sleep, right? So, but when I wake up before him, I make sure all the lights are off. I go into the restroom. I don't use like anything super bright. Oh, but when he has to wake up before me, every single light goes on.
Oh, my.
He's talking to me. He goes to the restroom with the door open. He's like, do you smell it? Do you smell it? Oh, my God, my stomach. I'm like, JR, I'm asleep, dude.
No. That's the difference with us because when I use the restroom, I make sure Kaylin's like far away.
Yeah.
No, JR, dude, if I can be right next to JR while he's doing it, he's totally fine with that. I have to close, like, I'm going to the restroom and I close the door. He's like, babe, are you doing what do you say? What are you like?
I was like,
are you doing poo poo?
I was like, it's like, are you in there? You going wee wee?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what's that show we used to watch where he's like, hey, what you doing?
Oh yeah, Vinny. He's like, hey, what you doing? Pooping? He falls in the fucking toilet.
Did we even go, like, are we still on the first question?
Yeah, you never.
We said real quick question.
Yeah, you still sit down and
I don't know
say your
what the
ick.
fucking ick.
I was getting a shot, but it's all right. I can just say
I'm
it
done
right
with
here. I don't have an ick.
What is the definition of an ick?
Okay. I guess the only ick I would have is that whenever me and Caylin do argue, because like I said, we seem perfect on camera, but just like any other couple, we argue all the time.
Yes.
So I guess it's just your high pitch arguing voice would be my ick.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
That's it.
Nothing you would change. Ain't like that.
Quick.
I would make her like, but see, it goes back to the same question as like, how we put up walls and how we are. It's like when I get upset, I get like upset. And when I get upset, I expect Caylin to act like a certain way. Like she's like oh, let me hug you. Let me make sure you're
comforting. You wish she's a little bit more comforting?
I agree with that.
I guess I would say I wish she's more comforting, but it's not nothing against her. Caylin shouldn't have to be responsible for a certain amount of comforting that comforts our abuse when we get angry, but yet we do get angry and we expect a certain amount of comforting, and just because the person doesn't understand the amount of comforting that we need, we get even more angry.
But no.
Amen, brother. Amen.
But hold on, time out, because as someone who has also came from that, and I didn't come from a very loving family, I didn't come from like that. So I come from a similar background. I think it really just depends on how you take it. And I say this because, again, I came from the same exact thing. I think that was one of the things that surprised me and Jared from how alike we were. Because he tells me, like, I used to think there's no way anybody else in this world is going through what I'm going through. And I went through the same exact thing. But I'll tell you this much. When I'm angry, I don't want anybody to come close to me. I want to be able to deal with it. Why? Because I feel like, I feel like I'm this way because of how I was raised. Because I wish I was a very loving person, that I could accept someone to come to me when I'm upset. But if I'm upset, I feel like I'm about to just blow up on you. Just give me some space. I don't want to be comforted. Let me blow off the steam. And I feel like that I'm like that because of my background. So I think it really depends on how you accept that. Because I got everything and all of the mental abuse or any type of abuse that I went to when I was younger, and I used it, and that made me stronger. Because I said, I'm not going to allow this to hold me back. I'm not going to allow this to affect how I treat others, to affect how I'm going to love, because I'm going to be the chain breaker in my family. I'm not going to be the one that's going to say, I'm this way because of how I was treated. And I think that that's very important, because if you continue, then you're just going to move this on, and you'll never be happy.
Yeah.
You'll just never be happy. And unfortunately, like I told Jared, like, I wish I was more loving. I wish I loved hugs and that I loved saying this. Like, me and Jared are completely different. Yeah. He says, I love you every 3 seconds. I say, I love you when we're about to hang up the phone, and that's it. Like, I'm not and I remember he used to tell me, like, why can't you just be a little bit more loving? And I try, but it doesn't come naturally to me because I didn't have that when I was younger. I know my parents love me, but it just didn't come to me. And I completely understand where you're coming from, and I understand. I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings. I just feel like it really depends on how you do that and what you do with your past. Because you're great, Vinny, and I want you to know that both of y'all are great. Your whole family is amazing. And it makes me so sad to see the pain that you go through, because I went through that pain, and I know it's not easy, and I know that it might have affected you in a way that you wish it didn't affect you that way, you know, and I really wish the best for you both. And, you know, I know you're going to be a great dad, and I know you're going to teach your baby to have what you always wanted. And that's what's going to make you such an amazing dad, is because you are going to give all the stuff that you wish you had. You're going to give that to your baby. And that's what you should think of. And heal from your past, or at least try to heal from your past, because that's going to make you a better person all around. It's going to make you a better person for yourself, because you have to learn how to fix yourself before anything else, right? It's going to make you a better dad. It's going to make you a better husband. It's going to make you a better boyfriend, whatever you call yourself, fiance, intimate lover, you're the love of my life. It doesn't matter. Baby daddy, like whatever you call yourself, it is. And it's something that I tell JR all the time. I'm like, man, we just need to find healing for both of us, because I think before that we would just put it aside so much, and that's when I would see that me and JR were fighting a lot. Like, we fight a lot. We don't always show it, we don't always talk about it, but it was something that we would fight, and we just wanted to get rid of it. Like, just it never happened, right? And then it wasn't until we started healing ourselves first working on ourselves. I told him, like, I can't fix you and you can't fix me. And I can't depend on you to fix me, just like you can't depend on me to fix you.
That's so powerful.
So I think that that's where it should start. If you want something, go for it, do it, but start healing, start accepting, because unfortunately we can't go back and we can't change that.
It's hard, but we try to overpass that. Come and be out the other side better.
By the way, me and JR are pretty fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Did we say that? Did we say that into the camera?
I think we said that in the
Did we say that into the
beginning.
camera?
Can you hear yourself?
I can hear myself, yeah.
Hey. What? No, they know this is a special episode, okay? You know this is a special fucking episode, okay? So don't you fucking judge us, okay? For how we're doing this, all right? I'm having a good time here with my brother and my sister-in-law. So don't you fucking judge us, okay? We're having fun here. And if you're watching from this far on, you're having fun as well. Thank you for joining us. Here's the point. As of last episode, there's only been 150 of y'all that enjoy this. All right? So if there's any more of y'all that enjoy this than 150, hit that fucking like button, okay? I'm tired of seeing 5 likes per episode, all right? There's 130 of y'all, and there's only 5 likes per episode? What the is that? Put those lights up.
Oh shit! I can't breathe. I can't breathe. My stomach.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did like it, make sure you hit like and subscribe down below. And also, if you are not already, make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms at CayVin Universe.
Oh, yes. And then check out CayVin.com for merch and all the links and all our what we're up to. And then you can also check out Patreon.com/CayVin Universe for bonus content, monthly CayVin Cave episodes, and bloopers and whatever shenanigans we throw on there. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening and hanging out with us tonight. Have a good one.